Hi, welcome to another video. This video is going to be about how to win in your 30s. I am going to share 12 powerful mindsets or mental models for Indian men so that you can win in life. In the last video, we talked about how to win in your 20s. So if you haven't watched that video yet, then the link will be in the description. Just click on the link, watch that video, or save that video for later if you are interested. The key takeaway in the last video was to focus on exploration. Focus on searching new ways of doing things. Focus on testing new ideas and new ways of living. Experimenting. Fail, gather data and feedback and insights, and learn firsthand what it is to be human, what it is to be alive, what it is to be a modern citizen of the world. Learn who you are, what's your personality, what are your strengths, weaknesses, social skills, blind spots, leverages, what's your psychological profile, who are your friends and who is not. This is called seeing the front, which is a mental model used in war and business to understand the front lines and what's happening there without any assumptions or presupposition. This is a crucial step. If you avoid this step, the rest of your life can become extremely tough and you might miss out on some opportunities forever, permanently for the rest of your life. Another mental model that relates to this mindset of exploration is understanding the problem or the question first. Doing the root cause analysis. This is called the classic know thyself, know yourself. Our main question in life is how to win in life. So, in order to solve this problem and get the best answer, you must first understand what is life, who are you, and how do you define winning. Once you have explored and learned from your 20s, you are going to enter another crucial phase of your life, which is your 30s. This is where most of your action will be happening and most of the big moves will happen. So, here is the first mindset. Mindset 1, margin of error. In your 30s, your margin of error is significantly reduced. Margin of error is basically how much mistake or error your current system can tolerate. In your 20s, you have a high margin of error, meaning you can fail a lot and still be fine. You can fall down from a bike, break your knee, and in 3 months, you can get back to riding bikes as if nothing has happened. You can fail a couple of times, start from rock bottom or ground zero a couple of times. You can go through one or two bad breakups or bad relationships and bounce back. You can get fired and bounce back. You can get humiliated or embarrassed, etc., and still bounce back on your feet. Nothing will really impact your life negatively in a major way in the long run in your 20s. Basically, whatever happens in your 20s stays in your 20s. And also, your threshold for fear is very high, meaning in your 20s, you don't get scared very easily. You are able to take risks. In your 30s, since you have more to lose, you can easily be scared to take risks. But in 20s, the fear is not very high. Even if you lose something, you know unconsciously that you can gain it back later in life. So in your 30s, you need to be more mindful. You need to be serious and strategic with your decisions. In your 30s, you need to avoid big failures as much as possible. In your 30s, hitting ground zero or the rock bottom is very forgiving. So the first mindset is to avoid failure at all costs. For example, things like death, right? If you have a bad lifestyle, if you eat unhealthy food, if you don't work out, if you don't sleep well, if you take too much stress, if you smoke too much, and if you die early, then there is nothing you can do. There is no solution to this problem. Another major problem in your 30s is a breakup or a divorce. Most people get married in their late 20s or maybe in their 30s, and most people also get divorced in their 30s. So, going through a divorce in your 30s is going to set you back, a lot in life. So, the margin of error in 30s is really small. You need to be careful and you need to be strategic with whatever decisions you are making, okay? And try to avoid big failures or big risks as much as possible. Mindset number 2, focus on what works and what's working and ignore everything else. People have this bad habit of consistently asking what's wrong with them or what are they doing wrong. They always focus on what they don't know, what are they missing, what they don't have, what they haven't done yet, what are the skills they need to learn, what are the people that they don't know yet. And this isn't a very useful strategy. This mindset is harmful because it will only give you bad news all the time. and it forces your selective focus to pay attention on negative things that are going poorly. So adapt a new mindset. What can go right? Or as I call it, the best case analysis, right? Analyze what is the best possible outcome. What can go right? Right? What's the best case scenario here? This is called the best case analysis. So focus on your wins, focus on your strengths, and forget everything else. Focus on what's going right, focus on where you are winning, focus on what are you actually doing right, and ignore all other feedback, ignore all other failures, or ignore all other mistakes. If you approach 100 people and 95% of them reject you, don't ask, why did 95 people reject me? What am I doing wrong? What am I missing? Think, why did 5 people become my friends? What did I do right in these 5 interactions? This is going to give you a better insight of what to do repeatedly rather than just focusing on mistakes or what you don't know. If you worked at 4 jobs and three of them, in 3 of them you were not treated very well, or you could not succeed, or you were fired, don't ask, why did I fail in those 3 jobs? Ask, why did I succeed in this one job? What was I doing right in this one job, or what was right in this job that was working for me, right? So the point here is to understand that there are infinite ways to fail and fuck up something, but there are only a couple of ways to really do something right and to really win at something, right? So what's focus on what's working for you. Focus on what is going right for you and ignore the rest, right? So here is an exercise that you can do to be more strategically optimistic. This exercise is, what did I do well so far? What did I learn so far? What can I improve next? So every week you should be doing this exercise, right? Every week on Saturday or Sunday, whenever your week is over and when you have some free time, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, take out a notepad or open a Google Doc, or what you can do is you can send yourself mail. This is something that I do. What I do is I create a subject, for example, 2025 journey, right? Or let's say, for example, the journal of 2025. And what I'll do is I'll talk to myself. I will mail myself things that happened in January. Like, what did I do right in January? What are all the things that I learned in January? What are all the things that went right for me, that happened for me in January? And what are the insights that I've gotten in January, and what can I do in February? What can I improve in February, right? You can do this week after week, or you can do this month after month. Really depends on how complex your life is. If you are an entrepreneur, a creative person, if you are trying to do a couple of things at a time, for example, start your business or build your YouTube channel or your Instagram channel, or if you are in a job and you are trying to study for an exam, or if you are juggling multiple things, then I would recommend do this weekly. I do it weekly, or I do it bi-weekly. So every 1 or 2 weeks I'm going to do this exercise. Basically, what are all the things that I've done so far? What have I done well? What have I learned? And what can I improve in the next month, or what can I improve going forward? Notice when I'm doing these exercises, I'm not focusing at all on my mistakes. I'm not focusing at all on where I failed. I'm not criticizing myself. I'm not judging myself, and I'm not being very mean to myself. So the benefit is that whenever I do this exercise, I don't end up hating myself. I don't hate myself for not understanding what I should have understood before, right? I am much more open to ideas. I am much more open to growth. I am looking forward to these exercises every week because it gives me inspiration. It helps me to move forward. Now let's move on to the next exercise, the next mindset, which is mindset number 3. Prioritize relationships and network building as much as skill building. In your 20s, you will not have anything valuable really to leverage yourself. You will not have any leverages, you will not have any assets to really influence high level people or make friends with high level people or high value people. But in your 30s, this is kind of your main job, right? So there is a limit to how much skilled you can become and how many skills you can effectively learn and meaningfully apply to work in real life. So skill development will probably stop by your 30s. Whatever you can learn in your 30s, some youngster who is 22 can learn it in 3 weeks and do a 10x better job of applying that skill in a real job than you. So understand and accept that your brain is limited. You cannot keep learning new things forever effectively. But what you can do forever is make good connections and strengthen all your relationships. So focus on everything from social, romantic, professional relationships. This will give you the most leverage. So let me give you some example. I know a lot of people who are very basic, who are very average, who don't have any special skills. All they have is they have a likable personality and they are disciplined. That's it. Apart from that, they have zero creativity. Apart from that, they have no extra skill. They're not very smart or intelligent. They're not very creative. They're not a very good problem solver. All they have is they are likable and they are disciplined. They just do the work that they are given. As a result, they are trusted by other people who have millions of dollars, who run $1 million businesses, who run $100 million businesses. As a result, what happens is they get the opportunity that a talented person does not, all because they are liked by the right people. Let me give you another example. I have a friend, again, not very smart, not very amazing, not very extraordinary, a very regular guy, a cool guy, a funny guy, a fun guy to hang out with, charming guy to hang out with. So he got into a relationship with and he comes from a very average background. I would say below average background, right? He comes from a very small town, and he got into a relationship with a girl who comes from a family business, who has a good family, who has a very successful and very business oriented, very growth oriented family. And everybody in her family is educated, everybody in her family has traveled properly, is well read, right? This guy fell in love with this girl. They got married, and as a result, what happened, the girl's family invested some money in the guy's business, and now the guy's business is doing good, right? So most of your success, a lot of success in your life, is not going to come directly from you. It's going to come from people that you know, it's going to come from your friends, it's going to come from some superiors or people who are above you, that you have built good relationships with. It's not going to come directly from your actions. So please understand this. So, understanding good relationships and making good relationships will give you the most leverage in your 30s. After a certain point, success comes down to who you know and what is your social influence. How many skills you can show off, what's your CV, what's your resume, or which college you're from, it doesn't really matter that much. What matters is who you know and what is your social influence. So prioritize relationships as well as skill building. So don't just ignore relationships at all. Prioritize relationships as much as you are prioritizing skill building. People are the most valuable assets that you will have for the rest of your life. Mindset number 4, prioritize effectiveness over efficiency. Most of us focus only on efficiency, and we are taught to focus only on efficiency. The way the corporate world is built, or the way the economic world or the financial world is built, is that we focus on efficiency first and effectiveness later. We keep the effectiveness for last, which is a wrong approach. We focus on how smoothly and seamlessly a work is being done, but not on what's the quality of work that's being done or the value produced, or whether this work should be done at all. We focus, like on all of these things, on efficiency more. Peter Drucker, one of the top management gurus, said, there is nothing so useless as doing efficiently something which should not be done at all. So, efficiency is how well you perform an activity. Effectiveness is whether that activity is even worth performing. Effectiveness should always be prioritized, sometimes even at the cost of efficiency. Now, how to apply this mindset in real life? Start by avoiding asking yourself, how do I get more things done? How do I go on more dates? How do I work out more? How do I make more money? To be truly successful and embody this mindset, ask, what actually matters? What's the one activity or one task or one move that I can do that will move the needle the most? What is the one strategic decision or action I can do that has the most impact on my life? These are the 4 big mindsets that I want you to understand for your 30s. This is going to give you the best leverage and the best chance to succeed in life. Now, after this, I want to share some quick bonus mindsets and mental models to complement the list. I would recommend looking deeper into each of this mindset. and understanding them properly, do a little bit of reading, right? Read a blog on all of this mindset, do a Google search and understand these mindsets, understand the example, understand how these mindset apply in love, in social life, in business, in entrepreneurship, in content creation, in your personal life, in fitness, all of these things, right? Try to focus on that and learn that, because these mindsets can be a little bit tricky at first. These mindsets can be a little bit difficult to understand at first, so do some reading. Now, the bonus mindset one. The first mindset is the 80-20 rule, or what we call as the Pareto principle. This is a very famous rule, so you must have heard about it, but let me just give you a brief summary. So focus on 20% of the work that yields 80% of the result. As a manager, this means concentrating on a few key actions that create the most impact for your own career. It means identifying the most valuable skills to develop and identifying the most important people and relationships for your maximum growth. Bonus mindset 2. First principles thinking. Instead of relying on conventional wisdom, break down problems to their fundamental truths and build up your solution from there. This approach helps you overcome common biases and assumptions. It helps you innovate and solve complex or novel problems that lack clear answers. Bonus mindset 3. Circle of competence. Stick to what you know well and who you know well. Make decisions within that realm. Okay, within that realm of competence, what you know well. Stick to your natural talents, your natural strengths. Knowing the boundaries of your knowledge is vital and helps you focus your energy for maximum results. Bonus mindset 4. Compounding model. Like money invested over time, small, consistent effort in your skill and network will accumulate and produce a significant growth over time. So, focus on 1% improvement every day, and the results will surprise you. People often overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in a decade. Okay, understand that life in your 30s is not a race, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, right? So, focus on long term goals. Whatever you're doing, don't measure success in like 2 months, 3 months, right? The thinking of quarterly results is flawed thinking, because in 3 months you won't really make progress in any major area of your life, right? So focus on little longer time frames. Focus on things like 1 year. In 1 year, how much progress have you been able to make, or the shortest amount of the distance, or the shortest amount of time which you should be measuring is 3 months. Bonus mindset number 5. T-shaped knowledge. Develop a T-shaped knowledge. Become a specialist in one or two primary areas, which is the vertical stroke of the T, and maintain a generalist basic knowledge across a wide range of other fields, which is the horizontal bar. This makes you more unique and more versatile problem solver. In future, generalists will be more demanded than specialists. Bonus mindset number 6. Growth mindset. Believe that your skills and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work rather than being fixed traits. This makes you more resilient and open to new opportunities. Being an optimist is a better strategic advantage than being a realist or being very highly rational. So, whatever you do, believe with 100% certainty that your life is completely under your control and you can do whatever you wish to. Bonus mindset number 7. Hanlon's razor. So the spelling is Hanlonrazor. Hanlon's razor. Which means never attribute to malice that which can be explained by ignorance or carelessness. This mental model helps reduce anger and frustration in relationships, and this fosters empathy. Most people will annoy you or anger you in your own life, but they aren't doing it from a place of bad intentions. They might just be in a bad situation. They might just be a little bit ignorant or careless, right? Bonus mindset number 8. This is the last mindset that I'm going to give you today. So, the mindset is optimism in the face of uncertainty. Meaning, if you are not sure about something, always be optimistic and focus on the upside rather than downside. Right? Ask what can go right. If you have positive beliefs about the world, if you have positive beliefs about yourself and about other people, you will gain a strong advantage in life. Always assume the best possible result. Anticipate that good things will happen to you. Expect good things will happen to you. You get what you expect in life. If you expect rejections, you will get rejections. If you expect success, you will get success. If you expect other people are going to like you, you will probably be liked by other people. If you expect that your co-workers are going to be friendly and helpful, then most of your co-workers will end up being helpful and friendly. Now, these are all the 12 mindsets that I want to share with you. Hope these mindsets make sense. And if you're unclear about any of these mindsets, then do a little bit of reading. Do a little bit of Google search, watch a couple of videos on that, and understand them properly. If you're confused again, then watch this video a couple of times, maybe a couple of days later. Save this video for later. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.